we're talking about the Olympics because that is a thing right now for the next couple of weeks. DraftKings contributor Kenny Ducey, Rotowire's AJ Scholz. Morning, everybody. Opening ceremonies kicking off the games from Tokyo today. So let's dive into some betting angles for the weekend. Kenny, we'll start with you. We are going to start with USA basketball. Dude officially opens its Olympic Games on Sunday against France, and they are favored by 12 points. It was a less than impressive showing in the tune-up games here for Team USA. I think everybody out there watching knows that, and if they don't, they know that now. But do you think they will turn it on and cover at least in their first official match?
Yeah, this one's really difficult because and it's already down to 12 points, mind you. Team USA just doesn't look very engaged right now, and they don't have some of the stars that they've had in years past to drive this team. But what I remember from the last time that this team played in the Olympics, and frankly, if I'm just going to get a feel for this game, I don't think it's going to be a great start for Team USA. So I'm actually looking at the first half, France +7 in the first half, because I do think that's the best way to fade what is sort of a lethargic team. I think that the Olympic basketball team turns it on late in this game. But remember, this is France. This is a good team filled with great NBA players. Rudy Gobert is going to be even more dominant for Team France with the expanded lane and the fact that he can tip the ball off the rim with FIBA rules. You have FIBA Frank Ntilikina has been incredible for them off the bench. Nando DeColo, Nick Batum off of a great postseason. I just think that there's a lot going right for this France team, way more anyway than some of the other teams that Team USA had fallen to. They do have Damian Lillard. They do have Kevin Durant. This is still a very good team, but I just don't think that it's going to click until maybe the very end of this game. I want no business sweating out, a late comeback from Team USA or a late surge. So I'm just going to take +7 in the first half. I think that France covers that. They're good enough here. They've got plenty of talent, and I do think that Team USA just has a little bit of chemistry to build here under this coaching staff, which also just kind of has left a lot to be desired.
All right, well, AJ, speaking of needing to build some chemistry or maybe less than impressive showings here, the U.S. women's national soccer team got hammered by Sweden in their opening group stage match on Wednesday. They're back in action tomorrow against New Zealand and are minus 2,500 favorites. Question here is, do you expect them to bounce back in a big way? And how big are you willing to go on this spread?
I think U.S. soccer legend Abby Wambach said it best when she said, last thing I would want to be right now is the next opponent of this team. Yes, it's a huge spread to cover to get any sort of value, but I don't think the USA minus 3.5 to get +110 is an outrageous option. I certainly think they could put up a number of goals in this one. I do think the minus 4.5 is maybe a little too far for me, even though it gets great value at +280. Ultimately, though, I think the goal total is the better play in this one. You can get over 4.5 goals at +170. Obviously, if you think the U.S. is going to cover the spread, they have to get 4 at least on their own. That means you're only having to rely on one maybe out of their opponent there, or an extra fifth goal from the U.S. team. So for me, I think the goal total is a better option, over 4.5 at +170.
Okay, well, Kenny, let's go back to you here real quick and take a look at some Olympic tennis because you're this tennis guru we love. We've got some match lines up for tonight and tomorrow's action. What are some of the bets that stand out to you from either the men or the women's side?
Well, I do like a few on the men's side that I want to get to right now, but one on the women's side that I really like, and it's one of the first matches that we're going to see, is Leila Annie Fernandez of Canada versus Diana Yastremska of the Ukraine. Yastremska just came back from a suspension for illegal substances. She was juicing, and I think that she's on a mission. She was number 21 in the world. She looked like one of the very best tennis players that we have. The power has been absolutely incredible. I think that hard courts are definitely her best surface. So I think that she's going to overpower the talented but still very weak and young Canadian. She has a lot to, she has a lot of muscle to put on, a lot more match experience to gain. Fernandez, I do like her, but Yastremska at -120 is a very, very good deal. I'm also looking at two other matches. Jan-Lennard Struff is going up against Thiago Monteiro, who's mired in one of the worst seasons of his career. He was a very fast riser, an exciting junior. But not only has he had a bad season on his beloved clay, he can't really play on hard courts all that well. When he was killing it on the clay, he was okay on hard courts. But right now, you have Jan Leonard Struff with that huge serve at -3.5 games, which I really like. So I'm going to be taking that. And also, Lorenzo Musetti, one of the most exciting players in tennis, is only -140 back against John Millman of Australia. Millman, just a hardworking baseliner, nothing special. Musetti's going to pull all the tricks out of his bag, I think, hit some great shots, and he's going to dazzle in the Olympics here under the spotlight. This kid loves the spotlight, so I do think that he can also win, and that's another match that's going to be watchable for people in America. We'll just be on late tonight.
AJ, I know what a ginormous volleyball fan you are here, so let's talk some matches on the schedule for tonight and tomorrow. Any bets that catch your eye for these events? We need your help with this.
Yeah, Emerson, you're talking to a member of the freshman high school basketball team here, or volleyball team rather. So yeah, I'm a big volleyball guy.
My man.
But look, I'll start with the men's beach volleyball tournament. And I like the one that stands out to me is Thole and Wickler of Germany at -110 for a Sunday morning a matchup victory. They were runners up at the 2019 Beach Volleyball World Championships. Obviously, that was 2 years ago. It's a decent amount of time away, but they've had 2 podium finishes in events during the 2021 cycle, and I expect them to potentially make a deep run here. For the women's indoor tournament, all these matches, if you look at them, are heavily slanted to one side for the money line starting Saturday night into Sunday morning. But if there's an underdog here to look at, I think it's the Dominican Republic. They are currently ranked ahead of Serbia in the FIVB world rankings. They nearly beat Brazil at the Olympic qualifying tournament in 2019, taking them all the way to 5 sets to determine their group winner here. So yeah, do I think they're going to win the tournament? Absolutely not. But could they pull off maybe a first opening foray upset here? It's worth it at about +800.